Hello again, welcome to today's attempt at the Stepdle puzzle. On this day in 1945, Eddy Merckx was born, the Belgian cyclist, widely considered, apparently, one of the greatest, if not the greatest, race cyclist of all time. So to mark this occasion, I'm going to be using some words connected with him and cycling as my starting guesses, starting with Tour, because of course the Tour de France is the big cycling race everyone's heard of, and he won 11 Grand Tour, which includes not just the Tour de France but other things as well. He won loads of them, basically. He was great, but I'm just using that as a starting word. So let's see if Tour helps me at all. It does not. Okay, so we will go for 5. That's my backup word, because that's how many actual Tour de France wins he had. The others were other major cycling races, but not the Tour de France. And that's pretty unlucky, isn't it? I've tried 4 different vowels, none of them are the right one, so we're going to have to use the A, possibly the Y as well. Let's go for land, because of course he was cycling on land. At this point, I don't care about the theme anymore, I'm just trying to get the word correct. Oh, we still haven't got the right consonants, we've only got the A. Right, I'll have a bash at bash. This is making me gasp. Oh, still not. Mask? Surely this has to be correct. That was incredible. No yellows at all, just greys and greens, and it still took me 6 guesses. Right, we will move on to track, because as well as all of the road races, like the Tour de France, he also won a load of races on the track as well. Oh, and again, we've only got the A. At least we've got it on the first guess this time, so that is handy. Oh, and this time we've got the Y as well. So, is that A going to be first or fourth? How about splay? We'll try it in fourth. And it's not right, it's first. So, I'm thinking it has to be alloy. And at least we've got there quicker than we got the 4-letter one. Right, we will move on to 80. That's how many wins he had as an amateur before he even turned professional. And he won a whole lot more once he was a professional. 80 only gives me the H. That's unexpected, isn't it? No E's or I's, or G's or T's, or Y. That's slightly less surprising, but the fact that there's no E in particular makes it a bit more difficult. It's not an ED, an ER, or an IMG ending, which are the 3 things that I always start by looking for. How about chorus, though? That's got to be worth a try. That tests a couple more vowels. Wow, how have we ruled out so many letters already? And we still haven't got those 2 in the right place. So is it just going to be something with loads of duplicated letters, like hollow? I'm very tempted to go for hallow before hollow, because it duplicates 1 less letter, but I think hollow is so much more likely to be correct that I've got to go for it. And it is correct, so that is a relief. That was not a tactical error. And we will end with cyclist, for obvious reasons. And that is actually very useful, because with the I in that position, we've just ruled out an IST ending and an ISH ending. So we've got to try an ING ending, and if it is, that will make it a lot easier. How about we try... I'm just trying to think of something that uses the S. Seeming. Oh, it's not an ING. That's going to make it so much more difficult. Right, I suppose we could try side. What would come before that? It's not outside. Preside? Don't like duplicating the E, but with the 7-letter one, you do often have duplicates. Still no help. How unlucky have I been today? We've tried the E in so many different positions and none of them are correct. So is it going to be in 6th, or is it going to start with the E? Look at the letters I've got left. I've ruled out R, T, D, L, M, N. So many common letters. How have I not got the S in the right position yet either? I tend not to have plurals, so I've been avoiding putting it in the last position, but it could just be an IES ending. But then what on earth would come before it? I'm thinking something like whiskies, but that clearly doesn't quite fit. The I can't be 5th. And whiskies is too many letters. But what are we going to do instead? EX as a beginning? It can't be exercises. Or even excises. So what on earth can it be? The E could be fourth, but then you've got an EI sequence. That feels unlikely. If the E is sixth, then it's got to be an IES ending, hasn't it? And the only other option is that the E is first. I don't know which of those is most likely. And are we going to have another I? Are we going to have an O or a U? I'm really not sure what's going on here. So, fishies? I mean, that duplicates so many letters, but at least it keeps us going. Oh, it's not even a word in this game. How annoying is that? Little fishies. I know it's not the actual plural of fish, but surely it's used enough by parents talking to their children that I thought it would be in the dictionary, but no. Oh dear, so what are we going to do instead? Well, I was thinking the ending could be VI something, or then it would end in the E, wouldn't it? If it was something like survive, that's the sort of ending I was thinking of, but obviously that's not right. I don't know what's going on. Am I just going to have to go for something that I know is not correct just to give myself some more information? I might have to. It might be obvious, but let's go for obvious. That tests 4 new letters and a new position for the S. Okay, so the S is correct at the end, and we do have a B and an O. Surely that means it's going to be an IES ending then? Bookies? No, still not. Oh, it couldn't have been bookies because we'd ruled out a duplicated O from the previous guess. However, that does give me a bit more information, doesn't it? It's got to be hobbies, surely? Oh, that's such a tough one. I don't know why it was so tough. I wasn't expecting it to be a plural of that sort. So 6436, that is definitely not my best performance, is it? Only one guess left in hand as well. However, I'm relieved we managed to get there just before we ran out of time. So that eventually is the Stepdle puzzle. Thank you for watching, and now go for a cycle. Bye for now.